Hi everyone, I'm Mom Sandra. Good to see you all. Ben isn't with me, although I did see him today. It's Friday and I brought him to the clinic. He didn't want to do a video today. He wasn't feeling up to it, and that's fine. You know, I never force Ben to do a video, although he does know what I'm talking about today. And today I'm going to address being a loved one and living with somebody or knowing someone who has a substance use disorder. Ben does not live with me. He has his own place. And I just came back from vacation. Yay for me. I was away for 9 days and I had an awesome time. But I want to address going on vacation and how in the past, at the beginning of Ben's addiction, when I wasn't working my program, I didn't understand addiction. I was in the mode of trying to fix him. It was really difficult for me to make any plans, let alone going away on vacation. The last time I went on vacation, it was a couple of years ago. And when I got back, sadly, I came back to bad news that Ben had lost a friend. And that was really tough, but you know, I did go on my vacation and I dealt with it. This time around, the Friday before going on vacation, I was going to bring Ben to the clinic and I tried calling him and his phone was off. And when his phone is off, it's usually not a good sign. So I chose to go to his house anyway, and I do have a set of keys for his place. So he wasn't answering his phone, so I let myself in and I went to his room, went to open the door, and I could only open it a couple of inches. It was barricaded. And Ben was lying, his mattress was on the floor, and he was lying face down. And he was unresponsive. I was calling Ben, and I want to tell you, it was not a good feeling walking in, not being able to get to my son, not responding. It was like, you know, is this my worst case, scenario? Is this what's happening here? Eventually, Ben did respond, and he looked up at me. He's like, "What?" And thankfully, he was alive, and I had him unbarricade the door so I can get in. I'll let Ben tell you his side of the story, but from what I learned is that he doesn't remember what happened. He had blacked out the night before and he destroyed his room. I was grateful that he was alive. Now, this is the Friday before I was leaving. I was leaving on Sunday. And I said, "Buddy, it's Friday. We need to go to the clinic." And he's like, "I don't want to go. And for me, knowing I'm going on vacation, I needed to know I did my due diligence in bringing him to the clinic. I said, "Well, you know what? I'm leaving in a couple of days for my vacation. I need to know that you have your methadone. I need to know, for me, that I've done everything I can. And I want to go away and have a good time." So I convinced him, and he got up and took him to the clinic. And he decided that day that he couldn't remember what happened, so it was scary enough for him that he wanted to do something. So he made a bunch of phone calls to find a detox that had a bed available. He couldn't find one till Saturday morning. So the Saturday before I left, I drove him to the detox center, and he stayed there till Tuesday. And I'm sharing this with you because as a loved one, had this been like 6 years ago or something, I may not have gone on my trip. I may not have done what I did do in this situation. I want you to know, for the loved ones, I feel you. I know how hard and difficult it is to have a loved one that has a substance use disorder. In this case, I'm in a better place today than I was a number of years ago, before working my program, before understanding what addiction is all about and how it affects the family members. I talk a lot about self-care and taking care of ourselves, putting that oxygen mask on ourselves. And I am so happy that I have that skill and that tool, and I'm using my tools. And I did go away, and I was offline for the whole week because I was determined to do me, to have a great time. What happens at home with Ben was out of my control. I did my due diligence. I did get him to the clinic. He had his prescription for his methadone and he could choose not to go. What will be, will be. And, we learn that we cannot control what they do. We only can control our actions and our reactions. I'm hoping that there's a loved one out there that may actually realize after me sharing this story that, yeah, we don't have control. We can't make them do anything. Being mindful and in the moment. Like I did see Ben today and he was okay. He was in a weird mood and that's okay. We did have some good conversations and we did talk about this video and he decided that he just didn't want to do it. And that's okay. For me, it's about what I have control over. And what I have control over is what I choose to do, how I choose to react to things. And I work really hard on self-care and taking care of myself because I know that there was a time when I was trying to fix Ben and I was trying to make him do things and all that stuff. It doesn't work. It didn't work for me. I'm sharing with you my experience. And I am so grateful that I have my tools and that I am able to use my tools because had this happened a few years ago, just before a trip, I don't know if I would have gone on the trip. I know there was a time where I couldn't make plans a week in advance because I was so codependent on Ben and what he was doing that it totally changed my life. I wouldn't make plans till last minute. It's like, okay, he's having a good day today, so yeah, I feel I can go out and go out for a coffee with some girlfriends. I now make plans because, first of all, I am deserving of a good life. I can't control what Ben does. And if I'm in a good place, and I will be able to deal with things better. Like even a couple years ago on my last trip, yeah, I came back to some horrible news when Ben lost his friend. But I was able to cope with it because I had just had a week vacation taking care of myself. It was still difficult. But had I not gone on vacation, had I been stressed out, everything would have been magnified. I may not have been able to deal with it as well as I did. It's always horrible when we lose someone. And, I think of him often, and Ben and I talk about him often. So basically the moral of my share today is, for me, it is so important that I take care of myself and that I go on vacation and that I make it about me. And I say this to Ben, you do you, I'll do me. I will continue to plant seeds and let Ben know that he has choices and he may feel like crap and feel like hopeless and all that stuff, but only he can make change. And that is one thing we talked about today, is that, Betty, I did everything I could do to help you. But at this point, until he is ready to make some serious change, there is nothing I can do except take care of myself, live my best life, and be there. I need to be ready and full of energy when Ben is ready to make change. I will be there. And he knows I will not put more energy into his life than he does. That's my share for today. I really hope that you find these videos helpful, whether you're a loved one or the addict. I truly believe where there is breath, there is hope. Thanks for watching. Take care, everybody. Be safe, be smart. Thanks.